How's it going, folks, and welcome back. It's episode number 88 of Park 2 Primera. Today, we are back here as Spain manager for what is going to be a rather eventful summer. If you missed yesterday's episode, do go check it out. As always, it was a Champions League final versus PSG. And, I mean, I can talk about it now, can't I? I'm not over it. In-game, it's been less than a week since that game, and yet I have to pack up my bags and get ready to get involved in the UEFA Nations League, where, of course, we have made it to the semi-finals. We navigated it through a group that consisted of ourselves, Italy, Ukraine, and Wales, and we did so pretty emphatically unbeaten. Today, we're taking on the Dutch, and then we will either have the third, fourth place playoff, or the winning the whole thing in the final. I mean, we can't lose two finals at the end of the season, right? So when it comes to my Spain squad for this international break, you'll be pleased to know the Pablo Torre fan club who feel like he's just not seen enough football this year for Racing. He's going to play for us here. I know a few people have mentioned in the past the fact that we need to try and get him to trigger the clause at Bayern, which actually we have already triggered. Never mind. He's now being paid £400,000 a week by Bayern. That was a clause that got enacted upon him playing 5 games for Spain. Yeah, I guess he has now played 5 games. So, sorry, Bayern, you are now bankrupt. But for those of you here who have missed Pablo Torre, he's going to play for us, which is exciting. At right back, we've got Porro. At left back, we've got Perez. Elsewhere in the squad, Luzzi and Calderon are also lurking around, although I'm not going to start them today. If you know me, when I manage national teams in Football Manager, I show a little bit of a bias towards my own players. But there was, I mean, if you watch the first Park to Prem as Towel or Towel manager, you're familiar with the Sonny Best incident. There's something fun about it. There's something fun about not just playing the best players and playing players that you have a personal relation to. So we're doing a little bit of that, I suppose, with this squad selection that we have. Elsewhere in the team, there's one player who I know people constantly mention and say, Jack, why is he not in the team? And I've now got to try and find him in the team. Where is he? Jose Ramon. People want Jose Ramon in the team. I removed him once because my staff told me that he wasn't playing well enough for Barcelona. And then since then, I've not been able to recall him because he keeps getting announced in the youth squads before I have to announce my senior squad. And I keep forgetting to kind of bring him back into the team because, I just wait for the news inbox item that says, hey, we need you to pick another team. I'm kind of leaving my homework to the last minute. I will confess, he is quite good. We might miss him a little bit, but we should be fine, right? So going into this first game, we are taking on the Netherlands, and this is the squad we're going to go with. Unai Simon in goal, the PSG goalkeeper. I'm over it. I am over it, I swear. At centre-back, we've got Torres, and we've also got Eric Garcia playing alongside. Centre-back definitely is the weak spot in this Spanish national team. At deep line playmaker, we're going to go with Gonzo Villar, who also plays for PSG, although he's leaving for Inter, so he's okay. Ahead of him, we have Maribe in the middle. Of course, we've got Gurajaga out on the left. We're not playing Fati on the right. We are playing Pedri on the right, and that is because Ansu Fati is going to play as our complete forward with Torre behind, playing the shadow striker role. I feel like Fati is quite good in Football Manager. I've played him on the left. I've played him on the right. Today, he's going to play as a striker. His goal-scoring record for Spain isn't crazy, but, maybe today's the day. And well, just a quick look at our opposition in the Dutch for this first game and their squad. Of course, they've got Marlon up front, who is not a bad little player at all. They've got Gravenberch, Coop Myers, Justin Kluivert out on the right. De Ligt, of course, playing centre-back. Oh, what I would do for a centre-back like De Ligt. Unfortunately, I don't get to do that. That's not how international management works. You can't just sign players that can fill problem areas. Of course, with a lot of issues with certain positions, you can just choose not to play a player in that area. If you don't have a left attacking mid, you can go without one. I don't think you can do that with centre-backs, to be honest. Also, and you'll come to learn this about this Spanish team, they hate my team talks, and I don't know why. But anyway, let's get into this game. Let's see how we get on. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to win this. I want to go into the final. Today will be a doubleheader because even if we lose, there's the third, fourth place playoff. I don't think I've ever won the Nations League before, So I do actually want to win it, potentially more than I wanted to win the World Cup with Spain next summer, which might sound like a mental statement. I feel like there's something exciting about winning a competition you've never won before in Football Manager. We made it through our group stage really well. Italy was a really tough team to kind of take out there. I'm hoping that against some of the best teams in Europe now, we're going to be able to show what we're worth as Garcia heads narrowly over the crossbar. That was a pretty good opportunity for us. Sadly, header was a little off target, but we might get another go here. Gurijaga again on his left foot, looking to whip it in. It's cleared away to Moriba, but hopefully he can recycle possession here in the wide area. The centre mid, inside to Fati, plays through Pablo Torre, who is there, and Pablo Torre scores. And for all of you who told me, Jack, get Pablo Torre in the national team, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you sooner. I thought I'd save him for, the big games. I thought, it'd be like a grand wrestling entrance. Half-time in the World Cup final. I need a hero. Pablo Torre's theme music comes on and he walks out to make his first ever appearance for me as a Spain player. In the end, common sense has prevailed. And, he scored for us, so I guess we've made the right call. Saidi in the wide area for them, whipping it in. Gravenberch's efforts blocked. De Ligt's efforts blocked. A bit of nervy defending needed here as the ball's whipped back post, but goes over. This is not going to be a simple game. I've just got this feeling. Ball cleared forward, but Pedri wins the header and nods it away. Cooper Myers picks up the ball. And, we can relax a little bit. Look, we're a goal ahead. Everything's coming up Millhouse. It's going to be okay. Ball dip forward to Jasinkveld. Of course it's Jasinkveld. Who else was it going to be? Pedro Porro, get it away. Of course, Jasinkveld, for those not in the know, he's like the best striker in the world, isn't he? He plays for Real Madrid. He's been a bit of a thorn in our side this year. I think we got the last laugh in the end with the Copa del Rey final. But, a player that we do have to be a little bit wary of. Anyway, there's another chance immediately here. We've had plenty of highlights in this first half. There's always this nervousness when I come back for live comms that the games aren't going to be entertaining, that there's not going to be much to talk about. We're going to have those first and second halves where there's just one or two highlights. That's not been the case here. Despite the fact the Dutch are playing free at the back, there is opportunities galore, and I wanted to believe there might be another one for us there, but we've given away the ball, and Jasinkveld is clean through. Unai Simon, big save by the PSG goalkeeper. Really, really nice stop. Turns it around the post. We need to remain a little bit wary here, dare I say. We need to remain a little bit wary. De Ligt there heads over. And, 10 minutes left of the half. I'll tell you what, the Dutch are growing into this game. They've probably been the better team as it's progressed. And that does scare me just a little bit. But they've not taken their chances. And we are creating stuff, so let's not panic just yet. Pedri a little isolated in the wide areas. I'm thinking in the second half, surely he's offside. Jasinkveld through on goal. It's another save by Simon. He wasn't offside either. Right now, Simon is saving our bacon. Maybe I can look past the fact that he's a PSG player. Ball whip back post. Simon's going to stop it again. And, he's going to lump it up the pitch very quickly here for Fati, who's not going to get there. But Pedri now has it. And, that's the half. Never mind. Move on. I'm not happy. I need you fired up. I'm going to have to make some defensive tweaks here and tactical tweaks, I think. So in terms of what I'm thinking, they have been playing a 5-2-3. It's a really weird shape, but their kind of wide players are sitting up the pitch, quite high, which I think is causing our wing-back some issues. I kind of want to try and win the midfield battle a little bit here. So I'm going to drop Pablo Torre in deeper. And in the case of Gurijaga and Pedri, I'm going to swap the wings that they're on, and I'm going to switch them to inverted wingers. Their wing-backs are defending very high up the pitch. When you come up against a team who have wing-backs that sit deeper, or just a traditional back four, I suppose, your wide players get a little bit more time on the ball. And what's happening a lot of the time, I noticed, is that Gurijaga and Pedri already have the wing-backs on them. So I want us to just go really compact and narrow here. I want us to try and really kind of exploit the fact they're using a two-man midfield. There's going to be a lot of space in front of their back three. I'm hoping that the inverted wing-backs are going to find themselves in those pockets of space in this second half. And with the extra man in midfield, the centre mids are going to feel too preoccupied to change things up too drastically. We'll see how it works for us. You can see here what I'm talking about, where just the way in which they defend, they're way more willing to stand on our wide players. So I want them to start to cut inside. It's one really nice thing we have with our Spain squad is the fact the wide players love to cut inside a little bit more, and they can play on both wings. So we've got the flexibility to go from 2 wingers to 2 inverted wingers relatively easily, which is, of course, quite a useful thing. Whether or not that's going to be how it plays out in the second half, I suppose we're about to find out. As well, Pedro Porro gives it to Garajaga, inside to Moriba now. Of course, Porro is going to be dropping that... Pablo is going to be dropping that a little bit deeper now, no longer playing as a centre attacking mid. Maybe a little bit of a risk that our striker gets isolated, but I'm not overly concerned, to be honest. I feel like with Ansu Fati, he will just craft out opportunities of his own. And of course, after I've made all these changes, they've now switched to a 4-2-3-1. Of course they do that, Football Manager. Why wouldn't they do that? Right, I'm reverting things back now. I am going to make one change here. Villar on a booking just scares me slightly. So we're going to bring in Carlos Soler to play as kind of the deep line playmaker for us. He's not the best centre mid option I have in the world. I feel like a CDM who's good with the ball at his feet and a centre back are kind of the 2 things that we lack in our Spain national team setup. We've kind of got to try and paper over those cracks, but at the same time, they're 2 kind of roles within most systems that are relatively useful. I'm a little bit disappointed here that the Dutch have changed their system because I really feel like we would have got the beating of them in that second half. We might still get the beating of them though now as Ansu Fati, one-on-one, probably has to score that, dare I say. I guess the fact they've switched to the 4-2-3-1, I will use that in my head as reinforcement of the fact we were tactically getting the better of them in the second half. Although I imagine a lot of it is that they feel like 3 at the back when you're chasing a game just isn't a smart move. Pedri very, very nearly scored for us here. I've just had this weird thought. We're not still on extended highlights, are we? We're not. This has been an action-packed match full of highlights. Pedro Porro cleared away to Soler, who I brought on because our previous CDM had got booked. He's got booked within 10 minutes of coming on. Garajaga! Oh, we love it. We love it. And, well, he's scored. I just realised that when I changed the system back, I didn't move the wide players back. So the guy on the right is left-footed, the guy on the left is right-footed. You know what? I'm going to keep it like that because he's just scored. Also, I feel bad. While I was too busy wondering if I had the wingers the wrong way round, we skipped the highlight unintentionally. I'm sorry, Garajaga. Just score another one. It's that simple. Moriba, Perez, at left-back. Oh, my word. I thought he was about to just hoist that into the top right corner. I will say now, in this second half, we've had way more of the play. I think at half-time, we were pretty fortunate to go in at 1-0 up. Jusinkveld's kind of chances were a little wasted, perhaps. Simon in goal made some really good stops. But this half, oh my word, Garajaga. We've been the better team. When they've changed things to go more attacking, it's kind of just opened the door, I think, for us to get more out of the game. And, well, it could continue to be the case. I've still got 2 subs, I realise. You know what? Fati's not had the best of games. I'm going to bring in Fabian Luzzi. Luzzi's goal-scoring record for the national team is really, really good. I'm going to switch him to advanced forward as well, just because I don't think he's quite as good at that complete forward role. Equally, I feel like as an advanced forward, he's always going to be sat on the shoulder of the last man. And considering they've surely got to go on the attack here, rather than have him come deep for the ball as a complete forward, I want us to try and lump the ball over the top where necessary for him to run onto. Just try and kill the clock a little bit. Oh my word. What a stop by Simon. Jusinkveld's header cannoned against the crossbar after it was saved, but we live to fight another day. I'll tell you what, Unai Simon's bloody good, isn't he? Garajaga heads just over. 5 minutes left of this game. I'm a little bit scared to call it, but I think that's going to be this all said and done. Garajaga whips in. Pau Torres just heads over the corners. Have very nearly ended up in the back of the net on a few occasions here, but in the end, we're going to get the win. Simon on an 8.4 was absolutely mad in that game. He kept a clean sheet. He kept us in the game when we struggled. On the balance of play, we had the better XG. We were probably the better team. And in the final, we're taking on Kylian Mbappe's France. I hate it. I hate Kylian Mbappe. The man. I can't stand him in Football Manager. He just bullies me. Anyway, we've got that game in 2 days' time. I'm going to go forward to that one. I'm hoping our players aren't going to be too tired. Unai Simon, bloody good goalkeeper, it turns out. Okay, I mean, we're 1 game from greatness. This is now a cup final. It might be the Nations League, but it still matters to me, damn it. Let's go see how we get on. Okay, 2 finals in 2 days. And yes, it's just the Nations League. Look, I get it. It's not as big as the Champions League. I still want to win every game that I can in Football Manager. I'm a simple man. I play Football Manager. I want to win stuff. And, well, this France team is the team that I've got to be a little bit scared of. Julien Farguez, by the way, quite a good player for Nantes. Yeah, he's scary. Now, he's not Mbappe levels of scary. Let's get that clear right now. But he is still very good. They've got players like Aouar. They've got Guiri. Camavinga. I mean, their team is so good that they play Jougon at centre-back for them, because why not play the world's best centre-mid at centre-back when you need a player there? So you might be sat there thinking, Jack, how are you going to get over that? I'm just going to play the exact same team that played the last game. Worth noting that Pedro Porro and Gorojaga are a little bit tired, but they'll be fine. Like, it's a big final, everyone. I don't want to rotate things unnecessarily. I thought for the most part we played actually reasonably okay against the Netherlands. Of course, this is going to be a slightly tougher game. I think France, I'm going to assume they're world number 1s. They're world number 2. Who's world number 1? Of course it's England, because we're playing Football Manager. Where else was it going to be? Also, we've climbed up to 11th. So I'm clearly doing my job quite well. We're going to be back in the top 10 if we win this one. Oh, how hard can it be? Right, let's get into this. Head in the game. UEFA Nations League final. You know, who knows? Next year in Football Manager, we might have a World Cup every 2 years, and this competition may no longer exist. So with that in mind, I want to win it this year. And, well, let's see what we can do, shall we? Okay, throw in on the far side. And it's that man, it's that Kylian Mbappe geezer who has it. Although Gorojaga, he's a little bit tired. He can still put in a cracking tackle. Pedri, going to have Porro on the overlap to his right, but he might not need him. Where are we going, Pedri? Porro whips it in. Gorojaga! Oh, my word, Messier makes a superb stop, but make no mistake, that was a really good chance. Like, a really good chance. I feel like an XG of 0.26 for that doesn't do it justice. Okay, Teo Hernandez has got injured, so the dark arts are working for us. We've made them use one of their subs early. Can Gorojaga now provide a moment of quality? It's blocked. It's ping-ponging around in the area. I was hoping and praying it was going to fall to one of our players. Sadly, it didn't, but we do still have possession. I mean, were those rebound shots the highlight, or is there more to this? I mean, it looks like there could be more to this, because we've just given away the ball. Cherki bringing it forward for them, hits it. Unai Simon, the hero of the first leg, the first game. I have a sneaking suspicion he's going to have a lot to do here. I don't think that would be a controversial statement. Set piece, Aouar in the wide area, whips it back post. It's headed off target by Upamecano. And you know what? With that in mind, I need to demand more, don't I? I need a little bit more from you lads, please. Gorojaga apparently should be coming off the pitch. I mean, it's a highlight over on that side of the pitch where he'd normally be playing. We block it initially. Camavinga edge of the box to Jougon, who looks like he is actually playing centre mid today. He'll be pleased to up. Cherki is through. I was waiting for the linesman's flag to go up, and it just didn't. And they score with, 2 minutes left of the half. Bard at left back for them. Threads it through. Was this offside? Who's playing them on? I mean, there was a few of them on, to be fair. I think Pau Torres and Perez were both at fault there, if you can even call it at fault. We're down at the break. Am I really about to lose to Kylian Mbappe in 2 finals in 2 episodes in a row? Right, I might have overreacted. I have thrown a water bottle there. Gorojaga is demotivated. Look, mate, you're coming off. You're tired. And you know what? I think it's time for Calderon. Calderon, this is your moment to shine. This is your time to shine. Show me what you're made of. I'm kind of tempted to change things on the other wing as well, but I don't really want to use all my changes too soon. I could bring in Fatty, and then I could put Luzzy up front. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm sorry, Pedri. If you've been watching the stream save recently with Crystal Palace on Twitch, twitch.tv/WorkTheSpace, by the way, you'll know that we had Pedri for 1 year and he wasn't very good. I'm trying to put the fact that he was rubbish for me in that save game to the back of my head and just pretend and acknowledge the fact this is a different universe, but it's difficult to forgive and forget. So maybe that's why I've taken him off here. To be fair, he's not that amazing in this save game, Pedri. He's not a bad player, but Luzzy's better. maybe, possibly. Mbappe's bringing it forward. That's scary. Just over, just wide. We're fine. We'll live to fight another day. I have got to say, I've just paused the game here. We are being absolutely murdered in this game. And it's not very pretty. I'm just thinking about what I want to do. I'm thinking. What are you thinking, Jack? I don't know what I'm thinking, everyone. I'm going to do something mental. Because I feel like I've got to do something. I'm going to play Fatty alongside Luzzy, and we're going to move Pedro Porro to complete wing-back on the right. He's going to show us his attacking ability going forward on the overlap. Pablo Torre's then going to slot in as a centre mid on attack, alongside Moriba. You know what? This is so ridiculous. It might just work. I mean, it probably won't, but we can try, right? I want us to play through the middle. I feel like that worked pretty well last game. Shorter passing, and we'll distribute it to playmaker. Let's try and get it to Villar to build up our attacks through the middle. I mean, there's a highlight immediately. So am I a tactical genius? Or is this just me chasing a game sillily? Fatty whips in Calderon. Surely! It was saved. I thought he just missed the target and I was about to get very upset with him. To be fair, it was stopped by Calderon. Or it was stopped by their goalkeeper for Calderon. He didn't miss the target. We've had another chance. And look at the stats have just swung back, everyone. Back in at... Okay, now they've got a set piece. Our whips it in. Oh, my word. They've hit the crossbar. This is fine. I am fine. We're looking very tired. Pablo Torre is not at the best of games. I'm going to bring in Dani Olmo, I think. Dani Olmo's been pretty good for us as national team manager so far, on off the bench on occasion. Oh, Pedro Porro's just got injured. I don't have any more subs. I mean, I'll be honest. It's not ideal to go down a man at this moment in time. What do? I don't have a right back. Do we just not play with a right back? That seems like a terrible idea. Can Fatty play right mid? Kind of. Right, Fatty. I'm sorry that I have to do this to you, bud. I want you to play right... This isn't going to work, but I can try. You're gonna have to do the job of two men at once. So you're a right winger on attack, but you also need to man-mark their left attacking mid. I mean, don't worry, it's only a Kone. Right, Dani Olmo, whipping it in. I mean, we're a man down now. We've got the underdog narrative. A Kone bringing it forward, though. That's scary. He's quick. He's fresh off the bench. Don't let him score, please. Simon, good stop. We've got 15 minutes to try and turn this around. I don't know if this game goes to extra time or not. If we get to it, we'll find out. I've used all my subs. I'm down a man. I feel like we're in danger. Fargas hits it over. I mean, these. You know what? If they want to try and finish like this, it's fine with me. I also do feel like at this point, the whole playing, short kind of thing probably isn't the best play necessarily. We need to press hard, press high, try and win the ball back. I mean, we've given them a good game. I think that's what I'm going to claim. And there are actually highlights of us going forward here, which is nice. Dani Olmo, Fatty, inside. Moriba! We might be down a man, but we're back in this game. Am I a genius? I'm going to claim that I am. It's 1-1 here, folks. Considering that both these matches have been on key highlights, we've had a lot of highlights in these games. They have been entertaining fixtures. Dani Olmo, Fatty, Moriba, tucks into the bottom corner. I am just going to quickly check the rules, for the competition. It will go to extra time. Do we get an extra sub in extra time? Because if I get an extra sub in extra time, can I just bring on someone for Porro, who technically was never subbed off? I mean, it might not come to that because they've got the ball here in the wide area. Bard whips it in. Pau Torres heads it away. I mean, could we catch them on the counter? Probably not. Koundé bringing it forward for them. Now with Camavinga. Loads of space for the centre mid to whip in the ball to Fargas. And you know what? In hindsight, I probably should have gone slightly more defensively after it went to 1-1. I probably should have accepted that was a good goal to get and that we needed to shut up shop. In my mind, I didn't feel like 30 more minutes down a man was viable as something that we'd be able to get through. So I felt like we had to try and win it in the last 10 minutes. I mean, look, it could still work out for us. Let's remain calm. There's another highlight. Calderon, Perez, Moriba, Villar, Olmo. Really nice build-up play here. Perez, Luzzi. He was offside. He was offside. It wouldn't. What is this Football Manager? Why are there so many highlights? Akone. I mean, we are slightly exposed at the back without a right back. I mean, Fargas is just... He's just gone for a jog between my centre-backs. I mean, we have lost to Mbappe again there, but... And I'm trying to find a positive, but... We gave him a good game downer, man, right? Right? Please? I think we did okay. Maybe I just shouldn't play cup finals. Maybe I should just let my assistant do them. Maybe I should just go on holiday and let my assistant manager do the finals. We lose in the Nations League final 2-1. It was a pretty good game. I think we gave a good account of ourselves. We were down a man at the end. I mean, if nothing else, it was entertaining. Right? Gonna be completely honest with you, really don't know how to feel about today. It was entertaining in some ways. I'm just miserable that I can't win anything. Of course, the next piece of silverware on the horizon is the FIFA Club World Cup. It starts in 2 weeks' time. That's when we're going to be back next time. There's no real kind of transfer special as such this year because of the FIFA Club World Cup. I mean, PSG won it last time. Maybe we're going to win it this time. That's what I want to believe is going to happen. I hope you're looking forward to that. I hope you enjoyed this international distraction. Just as a reminder, the World Cup's next summer. So, yeah, we've got that to look forward to. But for this summer, it's the Club World Cup. All action. And, we don't really get a rest period now between now and the end of next year, do we? I'm just going to be busy playing in everything, it turns out. I just want to win something. I just want to win something. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't even know how to end this video. I've lost 2 cup finals in 2 days. I'm fine. I'm fine.